Alright, what's up guys? Thanks for checking out the channel. My name is Nick Manoy, strength and conditioning coach and creator of Get Golf Strong Gym. And what I want to do with this video is put together a very basic, simple to do but effective at-home exercise program. Whether you already have an exercise program, this could be used as an add-on. This could be used as a daily routine. If you're somebody who does nothing and you think, you know what, I want to do some movements that are, relevant to the golf swing, relevant to my golf game, are going to make me move better, feel better, swing better. This kind of checks off all those boxes, right? So all these exercises that are in here, there's 6 total. They're really a combination of a bunch of different movements in one is why I chose them. The second reason I chose them is they could be done in any setting. You could do them at a gym. You could do them in your living room. You don't need any equipment. You don't need anything aside from a little bit of space and somewhere where you can move around freely. This pretty much checks off all those boxes and gives you a very easy to do at-home routine to get a bunch of work done on your body. So if we think about it in a few different ways, there's a bunch of different movements that happen in your golf swing. So for example, for a right-handed golfer, in your backswing you have hip internal rotation on your right side, external rotation on your left side, pelvic rotation, pelvic side bend, thoracic rotation, etc., etc., etc. So the idea of this is we're basically going to go through all those ranges of motion in some exercises that really knock out and check off a bunch of boxes for things that are relevant to your golf game, to your golf swing, and your body. Get your body moving better. The better our body moves, the easier it is to swing a golf club, right? From an athletic standpoint, very common sense stuff here, right? So what we're going to basically do is think about exercise that really focus on strength, mobility, and flexibility. So strength is just really your ability for your body to produce force. Building strength in your body during exercise helps us build strength in our golf swing. The other thing we're going to focus on is stability. So stability is your body's ability to remain unchanged or aligned in the presence of outside forces. So this is easy to understand in your golf swing. It's your body versus gravity. It's your body going into different positions but maintaining certain positions. That's stability. And then we have mobility, which is the combination of joint range of motion, muscle flexibility, and active motion, right? So mobility allows our body to move through all different ranges of motion and freedom, giving us the ability to perform any motion without having to sacrifice stability. Exercise number 1, lateral lunge and twist. This is a great exercise. We're combining 2 different movements. So we're working on lower body strength, lower body stability with that side lunge, and then we're getting a little hip flexor stretch with some thoracic mobility or rotation of our upper back. Right. So the key is really working on these 2 different parts, controlling the range of motion, maintaining our balance, nice and smooth through the movement, working on our lower body, working on our upper body, getting everything to coordinate together in one nice, smooth and controlled range of motion. All right, so a little variation of the first exercise. If it's too difficult or if you have a hard time with that range of motion, especially maybe the side lunge, this is just the twister. So we're working from one side to the other, just nice and controlled, going into that kneeling position with the rotation. Again, this is a little variation, a little bit easier than the first one. Exercise number 2, a little forward-backward lunge with twist. So again, we're working on that lower body strength, lower body stability, and then working the upper body in rotational movement, focusing on balance and control. So stepping forward and rotating into that front hip, stepping back, again, rotating into that opposite side hip. Maintaining balance, maintaining control, nice and smooth through the range of motion. Here we have another easier variation if you struggle with some of the balance or that lower body stability. We're just basically getting into this split stance and we're going to twist into one side at a time. So again, a little bit easier, a little less balance demand, a little bit less strength demand, nice and smooth, working through that range of motion, rotating into that front hip. Exercise number 3, the triple bend. This is a position which a lot of people don't really work on, don't really get into, but happens every time in our golf swing. A lot of side bending with our upper back, our thoracic spine. So basically what we're going to do is get set in this wide stance and we're going to forward bend in the middle, back stays flat. We're going to side bend to where we're capable of side bending on one side. Again, back to middle, flat back, driving our butt back, and then we're going to side bend into the other side, right? Just really working on maxing out our range of motion, controlling the range of motion, and working with what you have for side bend. Exercise number 4, we have 90-90 switches. So what we're going to do is get set up in this 90 degree, it's called a 90-90 position. So if we look at my front leg, my knee and my foot, that is a 90 degree angle with that front leg. Back leg as well also has that 90 degree angle. And what we're going to do is work internal, external rotation on both of our hips, and we're going to maintain our balance and stability with our upper body. So if you can't do this without touching the ground, you start with using your hands on the ground to assist you from one side to the other, right? But the goal is nice controlled range of motion, working internal, external rotation of our hips from one side to the other, right? This is a great exercise, especially for golf. Every swing you take, you're internally, externally rotating both hips in your golf swing. 90-90 switches. Exercise number 5, we have the hip seesaw. So what we're going to do is always focus on kind of maintaining that 90 degree angle in the working side leg. So the leg that's up in the air there, I have that 90 degree angle. What we're going to do is focus on bringing that knee from the back to the front. So we have to maintain our balance. We have to maintain our stability in that working hip, which is the foot on the ground. And then in the other leg, we're maintaining that 90 degree angle, front to back, and we're really thinking about straight lines. So if we look from my knee to my head, I'm trying to really maintain a straight line and kind of hinge my body as one piece, right? Versus kind of bending and extending my back. So we want to maintain that good spine angle, forward and back, hip seesaw. All right, exercise number 6 is a little bonus exercise. This is a little more advanced than the 90-90 hip switch, but if you really want to get some extra work on that hip range of motion, this is a great one. Figure 4 leg swing. So what we're really focusing on is straight leg in the front, and then we're going to rotate around, internally rotate that knee down, and the foot goes up. So I'm maintaining my balance up top. And the variation, because this is often pretty difficult first time you do it, especially if you're tight in those hips, is we can place that outside hand down on the ground, and that's going to create some stability in our upper body. So hand goes down, right? Same thing. We're really working on rotating through that hip and not really just bending and extending the knee. So controlling that range of motion, controlling our hip movement, figure 4 leg swing. All right, so that wraps up the 6 different exercises. A little 5-minute routine, and just to really quickly answer the question of, how should I do these? How many sets should I do? How many reps should I do? Etc., etc. So it really depends. So for example, for me personally, I'm doing a specific program right now where I'm working on strength, I'm working on speed. So the way I use these exercises is, every day or every other day, I go through about 30 seconds of each one, or I'll use this as kind of my general full body kind of prep work or my warm up, right? So that's how I'm using it. But again, we have to understand one concept is I have a higher training age. All training age means is how many years have I spent in a gym going through different exercises and different ranges of motion. So I have a high training age. So for me, that makes complete sense of how to use this set of exercises. If I was someone though with a very low training age, say I'm new to training, I don't really work out, I don't really go to the gym, I would approach these a little bit different, where I would say, you know what, this can be kind of my routine where I'm going to do it 3 days a week. I'm going to go through each one of these exercises. I'm going to do, 3 sets of 10 for each movement, and that's going to be, my 6 exercises, 3 sets of 10. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to, increase the volume. So I'm going to do 4 sets of 10. And really the goal is just to get your body used to doing these. So, we're normalizing good movement, good ranges of motion, making your body more capable, more athletic, and more effective as an athlete and as a golfer, right? So a couple different approaches. So there is no right or wrong way to do it. It just has to make sense and really fit into whatever your plan is as a golfer, as someone who works out, depending on your training age. So really just, taking it slow, building into the ranges of motion and just doing them correctly, right? The goal is to normalize good movement in our body, normalize good ranges of motion, normalize our mobility, normalize our stability so that your body works better, your body moves better, and ultimately you can play better golf. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for checking everything out. Appreciate it.